Welcome to the new Codolex activities video. Today I want to show you how to create a simple application to keep a conversation with ChatGPT using the Codolex AI Chat activity, which makes use of the OpenAI API. As you can see, I started from scratch and created just a simple application with a memo field for the chat, an edit field to ask you a question, and of course a button to trigger the API with my query. The next step is adding a Codolex project, which we can use for getting some information that we need for the API, like an API key, and for the AI chat activity, of course. So first, let's start by adding a data source for the ini file to get the API key into an entity. And then we have to add a module to write our flows or write our Delphi code. So let's add a module in a flow class, and then we can add a flow to get the API key from the ini file. To get information from the ini file, I first have to tell Codolex where we can find the ini file, which is in the project folder. And then I can use the ini file read activity. And for that, we also need to provide an entity that stores the ini information. So now we have our ini file as entity in Codolex, and then we can extract the ChatGPT key from the entity. So to keep a conversation with ChatGPT, you have to keep track of the current chat. And we can do that by adding a class variable with a list of entities, and that entity being the chat that we receive from the AI chat activity, which we will see later. And I'm going to create a flow to check if that list is assigned yet. And if it's not assigned, I have to initialize the class variable. So first with the decision if the chat is assigned, and then adding the create variable activity to initialize the class variable. And the last flow we need to add is the ask question flow, which is going to be triggered when we click the ask question button. So first we need a parameter to put the question in from the edit field. And then we call the current chat flow and the API key flow to gather our information, which we can pass on to the AI chat activity. So in the activity, we can provide a key, the list of the current messages, and of course the question content. We can also choose another model, but for the demo, we keep it by the GPT-4 model. From the activity, we receive the chat message entity, which we can add to the current chat list, and which we can use to get the content from, which is the answer from ChatGPT on our question. So that's it for the flow. Now all we need to do is add our flow class as an object to our form, and we're going to declare it as a private variable to keep the flow class alive for the current chat variable. So we are going to create the flow class when the form is created, and then we can use it to ask our question. And for that, we need to get the question from the edit as text. We are also going to add it to the memo to show what question we asked before adding the answer from ChatGPT as well to see the question and the answer in the memo field. So now we can run the application to check if we can send a question to ChatGPT. For example, a simple calculation of adding 2 plus 10. And because we kept track of our conversation, we can also ask a follow-up question to divide it by 3. So that's basically all you need to start a conversation with ChatGPT. Of course, you can embed it somewhere else in your program as well and make use of it however you want. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one.